Good day, beloveds. Today I want to discuss a very important topic from the Bible, and that is the creation in Genesis. There are so many people that believe that the creation in Genesis was a recording of our physical creation. But as we know, it is virtually impossible for the creation to have been a physical creation, because in the first place God created the light on the first day, but the sun, moon and stars were created on the fourth day only. Heaven was under the clouds, and on the fourth day God placed the sun, moon and stars under the clouds, inside the firmament, which is totally impossible to be physical. But excepting for that, there is another more important point that we have to address, and that is Adam. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and God said, "Let there be light." Now this is very important to focus on, that God created light within the mind. It was enlightenment within the human mind. Now, if we don't understand man and human, we will continue being confused with these matters, because Adam is not a physical human being. Adam is man. Man was created to God's image. The human evolved physically in this realm. The human being is merely animal, but the human is the most advanced animal created by God on this planet. Therefore, if we don't understand the difference between man and human, nothing in the Bible will make sense. Because when we see man as human and that God created light within man, it is totally impossible. Remember, the same earth that was created in the beginning, God used the dust of that earth to create Adam on the sixth day. So, who was the earth created in, and who was the light created in, if it wasn't in man? And that is exactly the point. Animals evolved for millions of years, until approximately 300,000 years ago. The first animal evolved into the Homo sapiens, which is also the human being. And from there, the human being evolved for another 200 and odd thousand years before it evolved to the level where God could create light within its mind. And that is where God created light and the earth within the human mind. So what is the earth? When we read from Luke 8, Matthew 13 and Mark 4, we will see that the sower went out to sow his seed. And his disciples asked him, "Lord, what is this parable?" And he said, "The seed is the word of God." Now, if we have a handful of seeds, where will we sow it but in the earth? So if the word is the seed, and I speak to you, am I not sowing on your earth? So the earth must be the mind in spirit. And that is the earth which God created in the beginning. Because the human didn't have earth. We didn't have understanding. We never had the capacity to understand spirit. And that is why God had to create earth and understanding within the human mind to create light upon. Because if somebody don't have an earth, you can teach and preach as much as you want. He will never understand, and he will never accept the seed. But we have to understand that Adam was God's image created within the human mind, from the earth, from the understanding of the human mind. And God created his image, his spirit image, in the human mind. Now that is what man is. Man is God's image, and human is the physical creation of God upon the planet. The first Adam was earthy. The second Adam was the Lord from heaven. Now what does that mean? That means that when light and understanding, spiritual understanding, was created within my mind, we were still very weak. We still loved the physical creation. We still walked after the fleshly desires of the human mind. Because when somebody is testified, or when somebody becomes enlightened for the first time, they won't become whole and understand everything and ascend to the higher levels of consciousness. They will still be controlled by the mind. The mind will still control the godliness within them, the soul and the body. But that Spirit Christ will evolve and it will grow within the person. And the fleshly desires and the fleshly thoughts of the mind will diminish. It's the same with Jesus. When Jesus is born within us, he's not born a grown-up. He's born a baby. And he has to be fed by the Father's word because Jesus is Spirit. And he has to be magnified all the time. And as the light grows, the darkness will diminish. Jesus grows and I will die. Paul said, I die daily. And I was crucified with Christ. Now I live no more, but Christ liveth in me. And that was exactly the same process with Adam evolving until he became the Lord from heaven. And that is why it's so important to understand that Adam is Jesus. Adam is Spirit, God's image within the human mind. But think for yourself, beloveds. If Adam is a spiritual being created within us upon a spirit earth, and God created Eve from Adam, how can Cain and Abel be physical human beings? How can anybody that was born and formed after that be physical human beings? How can Abraham be physical? How can Jesus be physical? How can anything that was created upon that earth, that was created in Genesis 1, be physical? And that's why we have to understand the difference between human and man. That's why we have to understand evolution. If we do not understand evolution, we cannot understand the Bible. We have to know where the human came from, wherein God created the earth in the first place. Because as I said, it couldn't be in man, because God created the earth and He created man on the sixth day only. So it couldn't have been in man, it was in human. And the human was transformed into man, a spirit being that evolved to the Lord from heaven, an enlightened, God-serving individual. We will continue with these videos, beloved. Please like and share with our beloveds. And if there's something you do not understand, please ask and we will make a video and explain. So God bless all of you and thank you very much for watching.